Starkville to take on Mississippi State. Tennessee, nice Thursday win, by the way, against Ole Miss. Monday evening, Boots Radford.
Time up if you got him.
He's got 9.
Boots.
Second half's next from Reed.
Day here in the Bryan College Station region of Texas. And Reed Arena packed. Those people enjoyed the day, decided to come watch a little basketball as a little nightcap. And boy, they got shown a great show in the first 10 minutes of this first half. A&M played about as good a basketball game as you would expect from a Buzz Williams team that's clipping along right now.
There's a reason they're at the top of this league or close to the top. And the fact is they're good defensively. Offensively, they've got enough weapons. Tonight they're at home. Packed house. That first 10 minutes was impressive. The last 10, back and forth waver a little bit, but I thought it was a great first half, and I think Buzz Williams would probably agree.
Yeah, offensively they had it clicking early on, making a bunch of shots. At one point they had 11 assists on 14 made baskets in the first half, and they just got out and run doing everything, and Boots Radford kind of led the charge early on.
Yeah, 9 points. They had to switch 2 of them. We thought he had 11, but he had 9 points. Shot the ball extremely well, 3 of 4 from the field, hit a couple threes, 4 rebounds to go along with that. And then Dexter Dennis. This is a guy that they would love for him to get his jump shot going. But when he doesn't have the jump shot, he's as good as anybody at either finishing at the rim or through the rim, as he did that time. But if the jump shot's good, that gives him another offensive weapon.
Take a look at our first half stats. Texas A&M shoots 48%, hit 6 of 8 at the line, 24 rebounds, plus 10 in the rebound department for the Aggies over Georgia. Coleman was 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Abdul Rahim was the bright spot for Georgia in that first half, knocking home a couple of 3-pointers, had a nice little left-handed scoop shot, layup in the lane in traffic. They'll need a lot more of that out of him in the second half.
Georgia stays with the zone. And A&M didn't have too much of a problem with it in the first half. They got it inside, got some open looks outside. Good start to the second half.
Marble got the basketball below the free throw line. Dangerous area. Again, no Terry Roberts for Georgia. Your leading scorer. Unavailable in concussion protocol. Didn't even make the trip here to College Station.
Yeah, over 15 points a ball game, and it's been better than that in the SEC. So a big offensive weapon.
Long rebound. Taylor just throws it up, won't go. Tapped around a couple of times. Juice Holt, who played just a few minutes in the first half, picked up a couple of quick fouls.
Yeah, and they missed him. Remember, he missed a couple of the threes. Didn't only play 3 minutes. Got 2 fouls. But he's a guy that can spot up, make some shots.
First foul on Wade Taylor, the 4th.
But how about his progression from last year as a freshman, who he had a fabulous freshman season, to this year? Nearly 15 points a ball game, 9th in the SEC in scoring, and he's in all kinds of categories on the offensive end.
No good. Holt taps it around. Ingram has his, Bridges, excuse me, had it. Georgia answers with a 3. Second chance opportunity for the Dogs, and they're rewarded.
Pretty much your best option is Abdul Rahim facing up and shooting threes. And if you're a teammate, you find him. And if you're a big below, you start crashing the boards to see if you can get any more chances on the offensive end.
Abdul Rahim up to 13 points. Boy, nice offense. And the throwdown from Julius Marble.
Yeah, the tough part for Georgia is they're allowing this A&M team to just pick them apart against that zone defense. They're getting anything they want, and great unselfish play. Wow, 2 guys blocking.
Foul in the process will get Hill to the free throw line.
Remember the first time down, they put it in the middle of the floor. Marble turned and scored. This time it gets to the middle of the floor. Coleman bounce pass to that baseline. Nobody on that backside can get there quickly enough, and Marble finishes. That was clinical. I mean, that's just how you draw it up if you're an offensive coach.
They've had a couple of really nice sets here against the zone in the second half. Dennis picked up his second foul. Hill at the free throw line, 78% on the year. And 5 points, 4 assists in the last game against Auburn. Transferred in from Longwood, played in the Big South last year, was a first-team all-conference performer, went to the NCAA tournament, but that was a short-lived trip as they got knocked off by Tennessee in the NCAA tournament a year ago.
He has some family here from Houston, Texas, so people up here to watch.
Both his mom and dad played college ball, Division I players, both played in the NCAA tournament.
At the middle of the floor is open if they want to get it to him.
Aggies can't save it.
Been some interesting games today, Dave. That Arkansas South Carolina came down to last possession in Arkansas. You win on the road, you feel good. And this, I think about the Aggies in January, 3-2 on the road in the SEC. That's impressive. Tennessee, Auburn, Vandy was close. Went against Ole Miss. Mississippi State now has won 3 in a row. Pretty impressive. Holding down Mizzou. Alabama is Alabama.
Corner 3 by McBride won't go. And Alabama didn't have their A game today, but it was enough. Pick up the win. Dennis fires for 3. Dexter Dennis been a little bit of a slump the last 3, averaging just 6 points a game. And a blocking foul. They're going to count the basket. Chuck Jones making the call on the baseline. And he will count the basket. So an and-one opportunity coming up.
So that happens. That basket happens after a made field goal. So how quickly Georgia got it there. And that's a good call. Coleman was late getting set. And Bridges, good sign for this Bulldog team if Bridges can get his offensive game on track. He is a gifted kid, knows how to score. And he's got to give this Georgia squad more on the offensive end.
So Bridges knocks home that free throw. 77% foul shooter. Largest lead for the Aggies tonight has been 21 back in the first half with about 6 minutes to go in the game.
Man-to-man now defensively by this Georgia team. Dennis athletic enough to go over the top of any defender.
And a foul against Georgia with 3 on the shot clock. That'll go against Bridges. That'll be his second.
Yeah, the reach by Bridges. I thought McBride had him covered up pretty well.
Here's where Texas A&M makes a lot of their money at the free throw line. They have been really good in this department. They've attempted 100 more free throws than 9 SEC teams.
Wow. Now it has been an issue the last couple games. They've only shot 58%, and prior to that 78%. They are a good free throw shooting team. Did not shoot it well at Arkansas, but sometimes that's who's on the line more than it is anything else.
Juice Holt back to Hill. McBride. Holt. A pump fake. That won't go. Knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Texas A&M.
Good jump stop by Holt. Body control. Probably let it go too quickly. Once you're under control and you've stopped, finish that play. Probably released it too early. In a hurry. You know, Bridges goes out. He on that reach, Dave. He keeps grabbing that left shoulder. So let's hope he's okay.
Taylor for 3. No good. And a foul. Well, that's going to go against Abdul Rahim. Aggies will have it when we come back. They lead it by 17. The first team out, according to Joe Lunardi, trying to work their way in.
So I'm going to continue to dream for a better, brighter, and amazing future.
.30, Texas A&M on top of Georgia. Now for more Black History storytelling and coverage, stream the Black History Always collection on ESPN+. 15:43 to go in this one. Texas A&M has won 9 of their last 11. They've actually owned this series with Georgia recently. They've won 7 of 8 against the Dogs and 3 straight overall. Georgia's dropped 4 of their last 5, and they have run into a, no pun intended, or actually pun intended, a real buzz saw here.
I got you. I got you. That's good. That's good.
Coleman, he's fouled on the way up. Boy, Georgia just can't get the basketball away from Texas A&M.
Boy, executed well, and they got Boots Radford going downhill with that left shoulder coming through. Just missed a shot, but when he drives the lane, he had 3 defenders jumping at him, so easy avenue for Coleman to get that offensive rebound.
Coleman at the free throw line. We were talking about Texas A&M, and they're kind of right now, literally, they are at the windowsill, kind of peeking into the NCAA tournament, but they're at the window.
Yeah.
They are the first one in line on the first 4 out, according to Coach Lunardi. And right behind him, team 70 is Florida. And both of them playing, of course, tonight, Florida and Kentucky going at it.
So here's what you always know about the bubble. And it's a true statement because I've been around a long time. All those teams on the bubble will probably go 500 the rest of the way. If you go better than that, you're going to be ahead of the bubble because for the most part, they've kind of been average teams. And it's which team gets through that. Now, what A&M has done is they separated themselves and got into the picture by having a great January. If they continue to play well, like we've seen them play, then I think they get inside that and separate themselves from many of those teams.
Well, Kentucky moves in to the field with a bye, with Memphis losing earlier today. They lost at home to Tulane in an overtime game.
Second time they've lost to Tulane.
And that kind of kicked them out. So now they're in the last 4 in, so they're going to have to play in that opening round at this moment. But that elevated Kentucky into the group with the last 4 byes. Arkansas, with their loss today, they drop into that group with Kentucky. Or excuse me, they are in that group with Kentucky. They beat South Carolina earlier today. But so right now, Joe Lunardi, all told, has 6 conference teams in the field with Texas A&M and Florida right at the doorstep.
I think A&M goes by all of them, to be honest, in the next 3 weeks.
There's Boots Radford knocking home another 3. Oh, intercepted by Taylor. A foot race to the basket. He's got Coleman.
It's fun basketball, Dave. Defensively, communication. Hustle play by Anderson Garcia. Great pass. Defensively, communicating, steals. And take a look at 4. He looks to the side. Now he takes the defender away. Easy finish. Aggies on a roll.
Back inside Reed Arena. Almost a full house, but for the 3rd straight home game, over 12,000 here. This is the 2nd highest attended game of the season, 12,640. The Florida game brought in just a few extra fans, but nonetheless, folks in these parts buying in to what Buzz Williams is selling right now.
It's impressive. It's fun. Atmospheres around the league have been terrific this season. It'll get even better down the stretch.
Yeah. Are those the guys that are waiting outside for your autograph earlier?
The turkey hats?
Turkeys are a big part of this Texas A&M team.
Yep.
That's what they call 3 straight defensive possessions when they hold the opponents without a point.
And they've had a few tonight.
That's an offensive foul. That'll go against Taylor. That'll be his 3rd.
He's got leeway to take a few of those shots by his coach. It's just part of his game. He makes some tough shots. He takes some tough ones, sometimes ill-advised, but growing in that leadership role as a lead guard for this team.
So we've seen all the teams in this league, and Tennessee's defense is top shelf. Texas A&M's, especially since we got to January, has gone to another level.
Yeah.
Nice play by Bridges there to get that to go down. But if you had to rank the top 2 defenses in this league, are we looking at one of those top 2 teams?
Well, we obviously know Tennessee's there. By length, Alabama's really good because of the length. A&M does it in a variety of ways, and where they've obviously the rebounding, they're strong enough. I think their maturity in the last month and a half, last 11 games, the numbers just jump off at you, which is tougher sometimes when you get in the conference to slow an opponent down compared to who you played previous.
Right.
And prior to conference play, teams shot nearly 43% against this A&M team. And in conference, it's down to 38%. And that's, again, what you want if you're a defensive coach.
Taylor slaps his hands in frustration after that 3 didn't go down. Here's Hill.
Tough shot.
Got it to go.
Shot. Yep. Took the bump. He's got such a strong body. Hill does. It's hard to bump him off his base, meaning even if you push him a little bit, he's still solid enough to finish that play. Good to see Bridges back in. Knew he was holding that left shoulder.
Gordon going baseline again. Taken away by Hill. Hill and a foul in the process. Boots Radford thought he had the block. And that's going to...
I thought maybe did they get Taylor?
Yeah, that is...
Yeah, for the reach.
Taylor with 4 fouls now.
Well, goes along with not only his number, but he's the 4th, and his nickname's 4. So he's trying to make sure the coach doesn't know he has 4, because then you get to have a seat.
Trying to hide.
Yeah, he is. Talking to the official over here.
Exactly.
Not looking that way.
So Taylor to the bench. Hayden Hefner on the floor.
Every time you see Wade Taylor, the 4th play, the confidence that he plays with and keeps gaining makes this team that much better.
Taylor averaged 8 points, 2.5 assists, a couple of rebounds last year in his freshman campaign. Pushed that up to 15, 3, and 4. There's Radford. Coleman. More free throws coming up for the big fella. Been there 6 times already. He's hit 5. That'll be on Bridges. That'll be his 3rd.
And Juice Holt has to be careful when he went for the fake. He grabbed the rim. So technically, they could have given Coleman the points because he grabbed the defender grabbed the rim and held on to it. Now Holt's going to come from the low side. What was that? I think that was Holt.
Coleman didn't care because he got the free throws and the points.
Actually, it's Abdur Rahim also, isn't it? Nice.
Offensive foul.
Not nice. You like, here's what you like if you're a Georgia fan. You like the aggressive play, right? You need Braylon Bridges to be aggressive and attack. See if he can score the ball.
There's 4 on Bridges. I don't know about that one though.
Right.
It's a tough one for Bridges to take. So Matthew Alexander, Von Creef back on the floor for the Dogs now.
Good ball fake.
Gordon. Back tap again. Hefner will reset. Gordon.
And they call it an Andy play. Keeps it alive. Wow.
Coleman up to 15 to lead the Aggies.
Pretty tough shot underneath the backboard.
Well, Coleman looks like he should play on the Texas A&M baseball team.
You know, that's fun today. Got to go watch a little inter scrimmage.
Looked like the football team out there playing. Those guys are so big.
I felt bad. I felt bad with the one pitcher. Was it Werner was up? Trevor Werner just tore the base cover off that ball.
Yeah, they can hit. It was.
Where are they ranked? 7th, I think.
Yeah,
Coach Schlossnagel's team.
It is going to be one heck of a ride in SEC baseball this year. Maybe the best season, setting up to be the best season ever. Another tap. Boots will just say, I'll take this.
Give another assist to Anderson Garcia.
Boots Radford. Been some kind of player. Getting it done again for the Aggies. Time to check out the Mayhem Moment brought to you by Allstate. And for that, we will go back to the first half and watch the dunk from Dexter Dennis.
Ah, the one Slay wanted, the one Shooter wanted, the one Dari wanted. The top 10 on ESPN, folks. Why not? Oh, he rocked that thing. Look at the people. Look at the kids in the background.
That was definitely a watch out below moment. Dennis on the night with 12 points, 4 of 8 from the field. He also has 4 assists. I mean, speaking of assists, the trend for Texas A&M tonight is something every coach dreams about.
It's crazy.
18 assists to just 6 turnovers.
18 assists on 22 made baskets.
Yeah.
That's a freaky number.
Taylor has 6 assists, Dennis with 4. Radford has 3 and 7 rebounds. Texas A&M has really been attacking the glass, and Mike White's Bulldogs just haven't had an answer. I mean, they just don't have, their team is not built.
Not yet, no.
Right, to play a team like Texas A&M. And we talked to Mike White about that today, about the process.
And you take away Terry Roberts, nearly 20 points a game. Yes, he's the lead guard, but he brings an element of toughness to this team that they miss a little bit, especially on the defensive end.
And a guy, too, when the shot clock's at 7-8 seconds, who can go get you a bucket.
Yep.
Long rebound. Ingram keeps it alive.
You know, you talk to coaches we have forever. I mean, I've been around the game forever, and I think every coach goes into a game, they kind of can trust sometimes their defense, their rebounding, all the things they work on, but what they don't know, the unknown factors, can you make shots that night? And tonight, Georgia's not made the shots when they've had the open ones.
Georgia's 5 of 28 from behind the arc, 18%. They're shooting 26% for the game. Timeout. Buzz Williams frustrated really for the first time tonight with that offensive set. Give us a chance, though, to tell you that Monday night, SEC Inside will grant you an all-access pass to the Auburn women's basketball team at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Then go all-access with the Missouri men's program. You'll get never-before-seen footage and sound from players and coaches, a real behind-the-scenes look. It's all coming up right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Was that Missouri LSU game? Was that the game we had last week? Were they there for that game?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, the SEC Inside Group here today following Texas A&M around. It's a great show.
They get great access.
Sometimes better access than we get.
Yeah, that microphone goes everywhere. There they are.
Yeah. It's been a long day for those boys.
Man, good.
They were at shoot-arounds early this morning. Going to be around late after this game. And they were following Buzz around with that microphone over his head all day today at practice. He didn't seem to even acknowledge it. I'm glad they don't follow us around with that microphone.
Wouldn't be too much to see, would there?
No.
We always seem to find the best spots to eat, though, in all these college
Yeah,
shows.
where were we today? What was the name of that place?
Copy Bridge.
Copy Bridge. Man,
great burger joint. Wow.
Shout out to those folks. They know what they're doing over there.
Line was out the door. Great burger place.
Well, after that timeout.
And we got to sit and watch the Auburn-Tennessee game.
That's right. Got to watch
the rock fight. The rock fight.
Maybe somebody will tweet you because I've turned off my notifications. They can't get to me. Maybe they'll tweet you
and
tell you where the origination of rock fight came in terms of basketball games.
Yeah. Jalen Robinson with a basketball. He started his career at Arkansas.
Didn't played a whole bunch.
No. Get some minutes. Little dance.
After round. And they call KK down there battling. Getting some early work. Or I guess it's some late work tonight since we got the late game. Robinson played just 12 games and just one conference game on the year. That was against South Carolina. Had 12 points in that game, though. Boy, nice job by Hill.
Hill loves to, when he can get back to that right hand, right shoulder, lean that body in. And yes, he's only 6 feet tall, but he can control it because of the strength of his shoulders. He delays, and right before he lands, then releases. That's the second time we've seen him finish that play.
So Robinson, the junior out of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little 1-3-1 defensively now.
Hefner. Scramble for it.
Well, that's a heck of a possession. They've almost lost it twice.
Corner three, no good. Abdul-Rahim crashes the
Nice.
backboard, and his efforts will pay off with a trip to the free throw line and a three-point opportunity.
A little more of a pace for that possession once they got the rebound. They pushed. And when you push it, McBride had a avenue to get to the paint, and then the kick out, and then a weak side rebound.
And Abdul-Rahim now with 16 points, 3 rebounds, leads Georgia. Hill has 15.
Abdul-Rahim just kind of keeps becoming a numbers guy for this Georgia squad.
Oh, Robinson out of bounds. Great catch.
Couple possessions now offensively not handled well by the Aggies. And knowing coaches sometimes like that. They're going to act like they don't, but they like it because then they can coach it in a film room.
Abdul Rahim.
Good fake. Really nice.
You just talked about that. Guys ball faking, stepping inside the arc, and then elevating for a two-point shot. That's a lost art.
Yeah, it is. And I'm always surprised the guys, again, ball fake it, take a bounce. Sometimes quit worrying about that line, but take the bounce and then elevate and just be a good jump shooter.
Hefner cuts to the lane. Little stutter step. That won't go. Another opportunity. Washington inside. Gets it to go.
Well, he's physical, isn't he?
Snaps an 8-0 Georgia run. Hill spins on Robinson in traffic.
Wow, is he strong? Oh my!
Oh wow, Mike White.
Well, we got two officials.
Gasket.
We got two officials. One's got one, the other's got the other. I think he was inside the line, maybe, or in the circle.
They're going to talk about it, whether or not that's a charge, or Mike White certainly wants to know.
I could have been inside the circle, but one official had it as a good bucket and a block. The other one had a charge.
Well, tell you what, we'll let them decide, but we'll let you decide at home. Text John what you think.
He is outside the circle. I think it's a charge and a bucket, or a bucket.
A true pioneer, Conridge Holloway changed college football in 1972, becoming the first black quarterback in the Southeastern Conference. The Alabama native won 25 games as a starter, was named All-SEC quarterback in 1973. Holloway was also the first black baseball player at Tennessee. SEC Network honors Conridge Holloway and celebrates Black history always.
Okay,
right.
Dave. Hey, Dave, you were right and you were wrong.
Right, and that happens in my house a lot.
Yeah. So explain this one to us.
Right, so they're going to call a double foul on this, which means that one official had the block, one official had the charge. They both think they were right. So they're going to wave off the basket, give each player a personal foul, go to the possession arrow. But I was just told it was Georgia basketball. It should be Georgia basketball if the possession arrow is alive. It looks like Texas A&M wanted to inbound it.
I don't think I've seen this one.
So, yeah, I don't know that I've seen it either. I was trying to think back,
and I say that because usually one of the officials said you had the call, you were right there.
Right. Usually
so that
the guy
means,
closer to the play, they give it to that guy.
But that means both officials are holding their ground.
Right. And now both coaches are upset.
They're both upset.
Right.
There is no basket. Two guys get a foul.
Right.
And Georgia has the ball. Let's play. And I get that. But I'm with Coach Williams. Let's play. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, he's over there waving his arm. So Georgia will have it, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Well, they try to double Hill. Gets it inside, nice pass. Ansel can't convert, gets his own miss, throws it back up, and that time it works.
I like how Hill's playing. Justin Hill's been physical the second half, tough, made some good plays. Back to the 1-3-1.
Garcia, nice pass to Washington. Hangs in the air. Oh, what a play by the youngster. The freshman out of New Orleans has a three-point opportunity coming up.
Anderson Garcia again in the middle of that zone. He has been really good tonight, keeping balls alive, keeping another possession active, passing. That time, just a gift wrap to a teammate, Washington, underneath.
I've been impressed with Hill today. He has really had to carry this as much as he possibly can. And he has not backed down from this Aggie defense. Bridges gets that basket to go down. Hill has 15 points, 3 assists. Here's Hefner, baseline, reverse layup, won't go, and Bridges gets the rebound. Hill again. Abdul Rahim.
What, tough pass. Not a good pass. Out of bounds.
You know who we haven't seen? It's Cario Oquindo. He has been a non-factor today and hasn't really played a bunch.
No, he hasn't.
0 for 5 from behind the arc, just 2 points and 1 rebound. Remember, Oquindo in this building a year ago on February 2nd went for 33. Oh, Gordon spinning in the lane. Hill.
It's physical, isn't it?
I mean,
he matches any guard and he just goes at them, kind of gets them out of the way, and then pretty much challenges the bigs on the backside.
Hefner, goes baseline for the dunk. Got a nice screen down there by one of his teammates to free him up.
Woo! So much for the up and under like he tried last time. He was a little ticked off that last one didn't go. Woo. Wow. Go baseline, little screen. Elevates. Teammates enjoy.
And Washington down there kind of clearing the path for Hefner's dunk. Texas A&M shooting 51% from the field. They have 20 assists on 26 baskets.
It's incredible. It's an incredible stat.
Been a good night for the Aggies. 22-point advantage with 5:02 to go. Texas A&M will try to keep this rolling along. If they can hold on here, it'll be 10 of 12 that they will have won. And then up next, they'll host Auburn here and then go to LSU, and then they get a rematch with Arkansas back inside Reed Arena.
Well, after they lost at Arkansas in a close game, Buzz Williams on his post-game show with the terrific radio duo of Andrew Monaco and Dr. John Thornton. It's always fun to listen to when they interview Coach Buzz Williams. And he was disappointed in the loss, but he was more complimentary of his team about how great the month was and how well they'd been playing and how tough they had played at Arkansas with chances to win that game. So you kind of had the feeling I did when I listened to it and then came and watched practice today. The spirited shoot-around that they had was the fact that, okay, now it's a new month, right? They're way better at the end of January, as he said, than they were at the end of December. Now here's a new month, and can they continue what they were doing? And it's been impressive tonight.
You were talking with Buzz about, as a player, how the month of February, whether it's college or NBA, it's just like the dog days, the grind.
It's long.
He seems to have figured out how to kind of push the buttons because the energy level at practice was crazy.
Well, he had said a little bit less physical, right? A little more mental stuff. Not wearing guys down. There's lots of minutes. He's resting some guys tonight, which you do when you get a big lead. I mean, the last 3 ball games, Boots Radford has played over 35 minutes in each game. So there are moments when guys have to play those minutes, but it's I think as coaches and coaching staff should figure out how to manage practices. What's the load on each kid individually? What's their class load? How physical it is, and how to keep everybody fresh. Because February is a tough month, especially the first 2.5 weeks. Towards the end of it, you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you're in a conference race, and this Aggie team is with only 2 losses in this SEC.
Oh, bodies flying everywhere on that possession. Georgia dodges one there. Hill brings it across, guarded by Robinson. And there's a foul. That'll be against Robinson. Let's see. It will be. Robinson, I told you, first time he's since South Carolina game that he's played. This is just his second conference game.
Extremely quick, good defensively. And it's a challenge because right now Justin Hill has that confidence flowing with his bounce, getting the ball to the paint.
That'd be tough. I know you played a ton of minutes your entire career, but when you got in the NBA, there were some nights you played, some nights you played 30 minutes, some nights you maybe a couple minutes. How hard is it mentally when you don't play back-to-back games sometimes to get back out there and get in the flow?
Yeah, it's challenging. The one thing about the professional ranks is you're paid to do what you're supposed to do, whether you play or not. And to be ready every night, that's what you're paid to do. I think when you're younger, I think the challenge is to do that, to be ready no matter when your number's called. But I think that's a challenge when you're 18 to 22 years old.
I remember I was doing Atlanta Hawks pregame stuff, postgame stuff, traveling with the team. Remember Kenny Norman, the Snake Norman?
Oh, yeah.
He hadn't played in a while with the Hawks bench. We were in Denver, and he hadn't played in a while, and he had Fig Newtons. He liked to nibble on Fig Newtons during the game, and he had them in his sock. And Lenny Wilkins said, Kenny, we need you. So Kenny goes out there. He's playing, running up and down on him, and he's got Fig Newtons in his
you never know when you need a snack. I played for Lenny Wilkins when I was in Seattle. So. I didn't have any Fig Newtons in my sock.
That was, to say the bench got a laugh out of that.
That's good. That's good.
Be an understatement.
The other thing you don't have to worry about in college, in the pros when you play 30 minutes and then 0 and then 20 and then 0, you're thinking, well, maybe I'm getting traded.
Yeah.
Right? So now maybe with the new NIL and all that stuff in college, maybe we should be able to trade players. Then they would really know what it's like to be a professional. Am I getting cut? Am I being traded? Then you get 30 points in a night and you go, maybe I should get an extension in my contract. That's the psychological stuff.
Let's hope we don't get traded. You never know. Back in a moment. Aggies lead it by 19, 3:33 to go from Reed Arena. Dave Neal, John Sunvold. Glad you could be with us tonight as the Aggies trying to crack into the top 25, trying to move into the field of 68. Just on the outside of both of those things here. And part of the reason they got off to a slow start in non-conference play. They lost 5 times before league play started. But they have since changed things. When you look at the points per game,
it's a crazy number.
Yeah.
Again, when you do get in conference play, the game slows down a bit because everybody knows each other so well. Now, we do have new coaches in this league. The first time that they'd faced, A&M's beaten Florida twice. And interesting about those games, they were last possession type games. But you win those 2. Florida has 2 losses there. And what's that mean to that Florida team? They're on the outside trying to look up a little bit to A&M in this Lenardi world.
Kentucky leading Florida by 7, getting late
nice
there.
Pass.
Yep.
What a beautiful pass underneath out of bounds.
Garcia with the basket. Long 3 from Hill, no good. And the rebound chased down by Garcia.
Garcia's a terrific athlete. Long, lanky, quick. I liked when he played at Mississippi State. Great minutes there, a couple years.
Timeout by Buzz Williams. with 2:58 to go, up 21. That'll give us a chance. He knew we needed to get promo 2 in, so he called a timeout. Thank you, Buzz. Monday night, the Lady Vols are in Starkville. They'll take on Jessica Carter and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Lady Vols are 8-1 in the SEC and trail LSU in South Carolina by a game. Mississippi State, Tennessee, both looking to bounce back. 2 straight losses. Lady Vols won the season's first matchup against the Bulldogs 80-69 back in January. Here, Texas A&M trying to close this one out, up 21. Boy, tough night to be at Texas A&M if you're Georgia, too. Late night, late game, late travel back. Got to sit on this one for a few hours on the plane.
Good thing about basketball, you don't have to wait a week for the next one. I always thought about that football players. You played on Saturday, you had to wait a whole week. Basketball, if you play Saturday, you're either going to play Tuesday night or Wednesday night, get ready again and go back at it.
Georgia gets 3 straight back at Stegman Coliseum when they leave here. They get Ole Miss, Kentucky, and LSU.
And they've been good at home.
Yeah. Not so good on the road. They're 1-6 on the road this year. Going to go to 1-7. So far for Georgia, the only loss at home was Vanderbilt came in there and knocked them off 72-66.
And Vandy shot lights out that day, which is what they do. But young players have short memories. Coaches don't. Got to get your guys back, get them healthy, get Terry Roberts back. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Pratt getting some work and just elevates and buries a 3. That is the 8th made 3 of the game for the Aggies.
I watched him this afternoon. Such a quick release with the left hand.
Boy, Moncrief, that will be a blocking foul. Boy, M.A. just went flying in there from the 3-point line. And he'll step to the free throw line. .56% at the line. Couldn't get that one to go down.
Well, Anderson Garcia, Andy, as they call him, becoming one of the fan favorites. And I think of Buzz Williams' favorite. 4 minutes every game, valuable minutes down the stretches of games. Couple lefties out front, Robinson and Pratt. Now the coaches are kind of smiling, and he's going to smile over at the coaches and go, now, see, I told you, just give me some run. He had 10 threes in a game at Seward Community College, so capable of letting it go.
By the way, Texas A&M has a season high 22 assists tonight.
Okay, is he shooting it again? Come on
why
now.
not?
Come on. Oh,
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Come on now. Come on. He had 10 in junior college.
Now
Come on.
he's looking for somebody to come up, set him a little
No,
screen.
no, he's running the clock down, so he's got to shoot it. That's what you do as a shooter. Oh.
Gives it to Robinson, who says, I'll just shoot it then.
Lefty, lefty.
Did he just kiss that off the window? Did that go off the...
Well, it hit the corner of the backboard, I believe. Yeah, it hit the top corner.
Oh, man. Hill. He's fouled and will head to the free throw line. Hill has a season high 18. A couple more coming up. Looks like he might be cramping up a bit. He has played a tough game tonight. I guess the big question for Georgia is just how long will they be without Terry Roberts, who's back in Athens. dealing with some concussion protocol things you have to take care of. Didn't make the trip here, obviously.
You know, Mike White's gotten a solid game from Justin Hill out front, out top. Coaches are always looking at guys too in the second half. If it's a blowout game, who's playing? Like who's done for the night and who keeps playing? And Justin Hill's been great second half. 7 of 9 from the free throw line.
Well, here comes Davin Watkins, who got kind of roughed up by his team today at shoot-around when the shoot-around was over because they were celebrating his birthday. They took his shoes, put them up on each back, put them up on the rim and say, go get them. Davin Watkins, the sophomore out of Nolensville, Tennessee. This was earlier today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, this is what happens when it's your birthday. He was trying to get out of the gym, and then somebody says, you know, we're just going to put his shoe up there on the back of the rim. And they did it at the other rim, at the other end of the floor as well. He finally got him down, though. But happy birthday.
Pratt, here comes Pratt.
Oh, yeah.
Quick left. Well, they're trying to get the birthday boy the shot.
You knew that was going up.
Yeah, they're trying to get the birthday guy Watkins the shot, and he didn't take it. Ooh.
Brown with a foul on Moncrief.
I think they're going to try to get Watkins a shot here. What do you think?
Yeah, it's his birthday.
Sometimes you dribble it out, but I think they're going to get him a look. Just watching the players on the court motioning to each other.
This is just the second game Davin has played in. Hadn't got a shot up yet. Has been to the free throw line, though. Made 1 out of 2.
Well, maybe not.
Now, there's
dribbling it out. Good win for A&M. Impressive.
Just told Robinson no shots.
Great atmosphere, great crowd, great students. Yeah. They were here early, cheering loudly.
Buzz waving to the crowd, telling them thanks for showing up. Another crowd, almost 13,000 on hand, as Texas A&M will win this one over Georgia. Georgia scored the first points of the game, and then Texas A&M never looked back. They led almost the entire way. Their largest lead was 28. 82-57, the final score. So for John Sunvold, the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from College Station. Guys.